Today, we're playing Madden 26 early, sort of, because I put every player from the 2025 NFL Draft on their new teams, plus every free agent signing and trade this offseason, so that you can see how your favorite team will play next year. And it only makes sense to start with the #1 pick, Cam Ward. Now, I do think it makes sense that the Titans took Cam Ward with the #1 overall pick because he was the best quarterback in this draft class, but I don't know if they really improved enough on offense to give him the weapons that he's gonna need. Like, no disrespect to Tyler Lockett, but he is very old and very open, and he is going to get the first down. Just kidding. He's going to get the touchdown. I take it all back. Tyler Lockett was a great addition for the Titans. So now we got to talk about Shedeur Sanders. Now, by far, this was the story of the draft for how far he slid. Like, he went all the way in the 5th round. Personally, I think he had mid-round pick talent, but I did think that he would get drafted on day 1 or 2. But you know, I do kind of love it for him that he slid a little bit and now he's got a chip on his shoulder. And I don't think he'll be the Browns' day 1 starter. Like, that's definitely going to be Joe Flacco, but I do think that he will compete and definitely get the #2 spot. And by the end of the year, he's definitely going to be starting games for him. Now, the Giants did sign Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston this offseason, but with that being said, I am going to start Jackson Dart for the Giants in this season's sim because I want to see what he looks like in the NFL. And we already know what old Russell Wilson looks like. On draft night, I was sitting next to a random Giants fan who was so excited that they traded up because he thought they were going to take Shedeur Sanders. And I watched this man's soul leave his body when they announced Jackson Dart was the pick. It was honestly pretty funny. In reality, it probably buys Brian Daboll some time to keep his job. And there we go. Jackson Dart gets his first NFL touchdown. Next, we got to check out Ashton Jeanty, who is the highest overall of the rookies. I think Ashton Jeanty is going to be amazing in this Raiders offense because he's going to be such a big focal point for them. Plus, the Raiders have Brock Bowers, who was amazing as a rookie, and I think him and Jeanty on the same offense will be a lot of fun to watch. But we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to get Ashton Jeanty a rushing touchdown. And speaking of fun offensive players, the Jags traded up to get Travis Hunter, who was arguably the best player in this year's draft. And even though it will never happen, I'm rooting for him to win offensive and defensive rookie of the year. But now let's sim to the playoffs so we can see how all these teams do. But first, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button too while you're at it. We're like 1,000 subscribers away from 200,000 on this channel. So shout out to Anna Robinson, Harvey Campbell, and Knox Pruden for being the most recent subscribers. If you want to be featured in a future video, just hit the subscribe button and help us get to 200K. But now in the AFC, the Bills, Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Titans, Broncos, and Chargers all made the playoffs. Cleveland going 11-6 is insane. Also, the Chiefs going 5-12 is insane. And on the NFC side, the Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, Packers, Saints, Niners, and Seahawks all made the playoffs. Joe Burrow led the league with 4,500 yards and 44 touchdowns. Cam Ward was third with 4,400 yards and 33. A great year from Derek Carr with 4,428. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers had 3,900 yards and 29. Darnold and the Seahawks had 3,927. Shedeur Sanders had 3,700 yards and 33 on the Browns. Justin Fields put up 3,600 yards and 33. And last in the league, Jackson Dart with 2,500 yards and 17 touchdowns. Ashton Jeanty on the Raiders led the league with 1,600 yards and he had 14 touchdowns. Najee Harris now on the Chargers had 1,218. DK Metcalf on the Steelers led the league with 1,700 yards and 20 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp now on the Seahawks had 1,614. Tyler Lockett somehow put up 1,500 yards and 19 touchdowns. Devontae on the Rams had 1,000 yards and 7. And Travis Hunter on the Jags had 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. Aiden Hutchinson led the league with 19 sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence now on the Seahawks had 15.5. And I don't think that any of the rookie defensive players had crazy numbers this year. Let's actually check the awards. Wow, Brock Purdy won MVP. I mean, he had 4,100 yards and 50 touchdowns. AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year was obviously Ashton Jeanty. And for the NFC, Matthew Golden actually won it on offense. He had 93 receptions for 970 and 8 touchdowns. And the AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year is Tonka Hemingway, who apparently got drafted with the 135th overall pick this year. Never even heard of him. And for the NFC, Will Johnson actually won on the Cardinals. I actually think he was a really good round 2 steal for them. But this is going to be our playoff bracket for this season. And in the wild card round, we'll start with the Bengals versus Steelers. With the Steelers down by a point with under 2 minutes to go, go. This is a very weird late game score, but we'll get to see what Aaron Rodgers can do in the sim on the Steelers now. At the time of recording, he's not yet signed to the Steelers, but I feel like that's just inevitable. And statistically, he kind of put up the same numbers he did last year on the Jets, but 12-5 is literally the opposite record that the Jets had. They're already in field goal range, so he just cannot take a bad sack. He's actually going to go end zone and get it to Metcalf, who's got the touchdown. So the Steelers come back to win 25-18. Next, the Niners put up 52 on the Commanders. The Seahawks and Sam Darnold surprisingly rolled the defending champion Eagles with a final score of 42-17. The Packers easily beat the Saints, but now we got the Chargers versus Titans. And with 2 minutes to go, this game is tied at 17. Cam Ward literally watched what Jaden Daniels did last year and said, I'll have the same, because he got them to 10-7. Also, if you haven't seen it, the video of Warren Moon letting Cam Ward wear 1 is pretty cool. Like, that's a lot of pressure for Ward to get like the privilege to wear that number, but he's about to get him in field goal range. But now, as time expires, they can put up a kick to move to the next round, and they nail it to win this game. And last up, we got the Browns versus Bills. And with 2 minutes to go, we are tied at 42. I literally just hit sim to the end of the game, and I was not expecting this score. I mean, Sanders has a lot of talent. Like, he should not have been drafted in the 5th round. Somehow he's going to get more yards out of that. But they have done nothing here, and they're going to probably, hand it off again. I would love to see Sanders throw the ball, but instead, they're just going to have to settle for a field goal to take the 3-point lead in this game. So now Josh Allen has a minute and 1 timeout to work with. He's going to get sacked, I thought, by Mason Graham. Only gained 2, and they did not use a timeout, so we're under 45 seconds now. He's going to run again, but he's going to get a first down and a lot more here, getting him real close to field goal range, but they have no timeouts left, so he's going to throw, and it's caught and actually in bounds. So now we're under 15 seconds. I thought they were going to hand it off. He's definitely going to throw end zone here. There's a flag on the play, so we'll see what happens. Oh, holding on the Bills, which definitely just pushed them out of field goal range. So this is probably the last play of the game, and he's going end zone into a crowd there, but they don't get it. So the Browns actually win this game. We might be in for the Sanders revenge tour. So in the divisional, we got the Titans versus Steelers, Seahawks versus Vikings, Browns versus Broncos, and Packers versus 49ers. And with 2 minutes to go here, the Packers are down by 5, and they got to go the whole length of the field. Now it's 4th and 13. The Packers are pretty much down to their last gasp here. I don't know what Love is doing. He's going to throw deep for some reason, and yeah, there's no way. Now they can kneel this out to win 28-23 and move on. Next, we got Cam Ward versus Aaron Rodgers, and we're tied at 16 with 2 minutes to go. Titans are at the Steelers 46, and it's 2nd and 5. Ward's going to throw and get a big first down. He actually is going to get all the way to the 10. Ward's got like 150 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions in this game. So definitely not the best day for him, but he's got him in position here to take the late lead. So let's see what old man Rodgers can do. He's got a minute 10 and 2 timeouts to work with, but they're gonna need a touchdown, and Pickens gets all the way past the 50. Rodgers has 250 and no touchdowns or picks on the day, but he's actually gonna run very slowly. Oh, he actually makes that first man miss. It's painful watching Rodgers do so well on another team when this should have been how he played with the Jets. Easy first down here to Metcalf. And now I'm done complaining about that because there's 25 seconds left. They have no timeouts. If he takes a sack, that's bad, but they're going to get a touchdown. So we're going to overtime. And it looks like the Steelers are going 3 and out. Now the Titans can actually win the game on this drive, and he's going to throw and get close to a first down here. I think they had to get to like the 36-yard line for Folk I saw earlier in this game. Ward's going to run, pick up a first down, and get to past the 50. Ward's moving the ball pretty effectively so far. Pollard's going to get the handoff, get a big first down here. Honestly, for how close they are now, I would just run the ball. I don't really know why they're throwing it because, Ward's going to take a sack. Yep, the Titans definitely made it a bit harder for him, but Nick Folk still nails this kick. So Cam Ward takes down Aaron Rodgers. You love to see it from the #1 pick in this year's draft. Now we got the Browns versus Broncos, but with just over 2.5 to go, they're down by 4, but they're at the 29-yard line. Nix is going to get a first down here very easily and get close to the 10. Is that J.K. Dobbins? It is. 3rd and 8 from the 9 now. Minute 30 to go. Nix looks like he's going to run, and he is. Is he going to get the touchdown? He is going to get the touchdown. Now Sanders has 3 timeouts and just over a minute to work with. That is Quinshawn Judkins, who they drafted in this year's draft. Nope, just kidding. That was Jerome Ford. I got the numbers confused, and Sanders gets sacked by one of the Broncos' new additions, Dre Greenlaw. Sanders is going to run and actually get a first down here. That was explosive from him there. For some reason, burned that last time out, which I definitely would not have done because, yep, he's going to get sacked. That takes him under 30 seconds. They just have to get this in field goal range. Like, they're playing this very strangely, and he's gonna throw it out. My favorite thing in this game. Now it's 4th and 8. The season's on the line for Sanders and the Browns, and he gets sacked again. So the Broncos are moving on. I mean, it's still a pretty good rookie year from Sanders, all things considered. And last up, we got the Seahawks versus Vikings. And with 2 minutes to go, the Vikings are up by 4, but Darnold's leading them downfield here. So now they're at the 27. I mean, you have 3 timeouts. They have all the time to work with. I can't talk. And they're gonna get a flag or pass interference in the end zone. That puts them at the 1-yard line for the pretty easy K9 touchdown. I swear Madden honestly loves JJ McCarthy because I see them do amazing with him every single sim and they get a touchdown. It's literally too easy for him. So now it's right back to Darnold, who has to do the same thing all over again. And for some reason didn't use a timeout there. So we're under 30 seconds. The game is terrible at managing the clock. So it's 4th and 2. Let's see what Darnold can do. I mean, he's fast enough to just run for it, and he is going to do just that, which is actually the smart play from him. That got them to the 47, but a field goal is going to do him nothing, and probably this check down is too. With this little amount of time left, you just can't make those throws. He's going to just chuck it to the end zone. You can tell by how he acts. Off balance for some reason too. Doesn't even reach the end zone. So the Vikings are going to move on. So in the AFC Championship, we got the Titans versus Broncos. And with 2 minutes to go, we're tied at 14. Bo Nix honestly showed so much in his rookie year that like you could see him really elevating this quickly, which really goes to show you that the situation that these quarterbacks get drafted to, it makes literally all the difference, and they're gonna probably score on this play here. That's actually crazy how easy he made that look. Broncos were nearly in this exact same situation in the last game versus Shedeur Sanders, but Ward is the better quarterback in the draft, and he is making him really, I can't even talk. He blew past the first down is what I was trying to say, because they're at the 48-yard line now, 38 seconds left. He's gonna get sacked. So now it's 3rd and 18. They're at their own 44. I mean, there's not a ton of time left. This is gonna be pretty tough for him. Do not throw it out. Oh my God. It's just so stupid because they could run and gain a few yards. I don't even know. It's just dumb. It's like they do it on every play instinctively, and they're gonna get a big first down here, but it's probably not gonna get out of bounds. So the clock expires. Whatever, the Broncos win, they're going to the Super Bowl. The throwing the ball away thing just pisses me off. But now for the NFC side, will they face the Niners or Vikings? And with 30 seconds to go, the Niners have a 3-point lead. I just really hope from this close they actually take a chance and don't just kick a field goal. This is risky. They use their last time out. They're at the 2-yard line. If they take a sack, it's over. So they're actually gonna have to settle for the field goal to tie this game up late. What just happened? You're kidding.
I hate this game sometimes.
Literally nothing ever happens on the kickoffs. But the Niners just returned it 101 yards to win the game. So we got a Super Bowl 24 rematch. But in overtime, we're tied at 17 with the Niners getting the ball after the Vikings went 3 and out. And they only need a field goal, which does not seem that unrealistic for them when they went 12 and 5. Like, this is the Kyle Shanahan Niners of old where Christian McCaffrey actually has 2 legs that work. Because this game's dumb, they're going to start acting weird because there's only a minute left in this overtime, and they're going to think the game's going to end. Now we're into our second overtime, and the Niners are at the 22. Purdy is going to run for it, actually. He thought he was actually going to throw. I don't really think of Purdy as a mobile quarterback, but he just gained 7, and CMC just sealed this game for the Niners. So once again, they defeat the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Honestly, a Broncos-Niners Super Bowl is not that unrealistic next year. And Christian McCaffrey actually takes home the Super Bowl MVP. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you want to watch more, I got 2 videos for you on screen right here. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Be good people.